We can start. Welcome, welcome. Um, we are recording, and so we will post this later. Welcome to our first test week in COM 1010. And this is the only video I will post this week. Use the class time after this to study and to take the test. The test will be posted Wednesday morning, and it will be available to through Friday at midnight. So you have 3 days to do it. So if you can't do it, or if you have technical trouble, email me, but you really it should not be a problem for 3 days. Now, today I'll go over the study guide. Now, I will not ask the same question on the test the same way. I mean, otherwise you're just repeating back. I want you to think about applying the information we have. And I will ask the same thing a couple of different ways. So, I mean, it will be challenging. There will be some things that'll come up a couple of times because I want to make sure you get it. Anyway, one other thing, if you notice, I am not with Juniper, my puppy, today. She is out doing her job. She's got a new job. We have ducks. I got these over the weekend, and she is guarding them. She herds them, and they gave her something to do, and she keeps the predators away. Yes, these are rare Chinese mandarin ducks, and I hope to be able to have little baby ducks later on in the spring. So that's where Juniper is for the purpose of this class. Here's a study guide for another one that came up. Okay. Again, I will ask same questions a couple of different ways. I took the study guide directly from the test itself. So I did the test first and the study guide later. Okay. First off, and I will even type this in, is the term media singular or plural? The term media is plural. There is not just one thing called the media. There are various mediums, TV, internet, etc., and media outlets. So that's why it's important. Why does this matter? Because the media, it's not just one thing. People say the media, and they think it's one, bunch of certain types of people. It's not. There's many different kinds. So that's why. What are are they part of government? Are they business? Are they public service? They are businesses. Why does that matter? They work to make profit and answer to supply and demand. That's what determines what's on. If people want it, the advertising rates go up. If more people watch, and it's not about liberal bias. It's about meeting the needs of the audience, supply and demand. What is a medium? Is an outlet that carries messages to a wide mass audience, something between the audience and the sender of messages. So it's that thing that separates you from the person sending the message. Could be the internet, could be a TV station or a book. And we will ask several questions. This is one of those things, there's going to be more than one question. What's a medium and what isn't? Just to let you know. How do media outlets make money? Mostly advertising. Someone pays to use time or space to advertise, send their message. Political ads, public service announcements, give blood, those they pay to the media station, the TV station, the media outlet, the website to put that message up there. That's where the money comes from in these businesses, sometimes subscriptions and paywalls, but mostly it's still advertising. How does the money-making function affect the media content? By determining what the audience wants, media outlets respond, i.e. sex and violence. People complain about sex and violence, but when you have sexual and violent content, the ratings go up. More people watch, the more you can charge for advertising. How does increasing corporate ownership like Disney or Sony affect content? Big conglomerates want to monetize, make money as cheaply as possible. So one comic book can spawn a game, a movie, swag, one script, one comic, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's why we have so many comic book movies. That's why we have reality TV. 90-day fiance. People go on there for free. Okay, how do you define a mass medium? This is something that will definitely come up more than once. Uses a medium between audience and message sender. Uses a technology. From an organization. From an organization, CBS, NBC, Disney. Even if it's a talk show, even if you're watching Oprah, she has the O Network. She has lots of people working for her. To a wide audience. So a text from a family member is not from an organization to a mass audience. It is not mass media. However, a text from a big company to everybody who bought your kind of car. That is mass media. A warning from school saying stay off the roads because of weather. That is mass media from an organization using a medium to a mass audience. So a concert, if you're live, it is not mass media. You're in the same space and you're responding. If you watch a video of a concert, that's mass media. Okay, here's examples. Is Da Vinci's Mona Lisa a mass medium? Nope, because Da Vinci is an individual. He's showing it to a few people, not a mass audience. He's using a technology, and it is a medium. Painting is a medium between you and somebody else, but he's an individual to a private person, even if we're seeing it now. So a painting is not mass media. A text is not either. A text from school about weather is mass media. No. Media ubiquity. Our pockets, in our cars, rooms. You can't escape media outlets. Different media use different media. Different media work together. Your phone has texts, movies, TV shows, print outlets, all those apps. They are examples of media symbiosis. Media fragmentation. We don't all use the same media anymore. Early on, beginnings of radio and TV, everybody watched the same shows, listened to the same radio stations. They don't anymore. Similar to different audiences listen and see. This is the problem with our politics. When I was a kid, we had 3 networks. We had Republicans and Democrats who disagreed. We agreed on the facts. We didn't agree about what to do about them. Now we don't even agree on the facts. Decoupling from advertising. That is, advertisers don't need media as much. They can go to you directly. They can text you, they can email you. You don't have to look at an ad. What that does is the effects means less media, less money goes to media outlets, less money equal cheaper content. Reality TV costs a lot less than a scripted show with a big star. So reality TV comes from the lack of advertising. Our news, all those talking heads, it costs a lot cheaper just to call somebody up and put them on Skype than it is to send somebody to Wuhan, China, or Moscow. So our news gets more opinionated, and it's not because of bias. It becomes more opinionated because it's cheaper. What is understand what they say when medium is the message. It's not the content so much that matters. It's what we, it's that we're using media at all that matters. You're on the phone or online and not outside with your friends. So, you know, I could be talking liberal or conservative, but I'm talking here. You know, and so I'm not outside playing with my friends or my dog. This makes more of a difference than anything I do on it. Net neutrality is the concept that all net content should have equal access. Your app or your channel should have just as much access and opportunity to be seen as Disney. The FCC stopped enforcing it in 2018, leaving us with Disney Plus. Disney can now charge just to see Disney stuff. They can have a Disney internet. Before, everybody had to be equal. Now they can keep you just you. Hallmarks of media literacy. Understanding the process. Understanding explicit and implicit implied meanings of messages. Knowing myth from reality. Those are kind of the things. Understanding how things get the way they are, understanding what they really mean, and knowing myth from reality. My favorite myth is that there's one thing called the media. There's not. When one could argue that that one thing has this, quote, liberal bias, but then you have Fox News, which does something totally different. So, I mean, you know, that politics determines what goes on the air. No, money determines what goes on the air. Anyway, or at least it's more complicated than just saying, oh, liberal, conservative. So I will ask different ways of what's media and what's not. There's 3 or 4 questions about that. There's 3 or 4 questions on bias. And yes, there is all bias all the time because it's all subjective decision making. And stuff here on this list. Again, it will be covered. Again, I'll give you an example. Is this media or is it not? And you figure it out. So I'm not going to ask you to repeat back stuff, but use the information you have. Anyway, it goes. I will save this. Pictures. And I will save this, I will post it, and then I will do the video. Again, this is why I like doing this with some of you participating, because then you could ask questions. So I appreciate this. I thank those of you who will show up. No other I'm not posting any other videos or class this week. I will try another time next week to try to give you the opportunity to ask questions. But anyway, test will be, yeah, use the class time henceforth for the test. I will go over it next Monday. It will be curved. And that's what we'll do. Any questions for those of you who are here? Well, thank you. Again, thank you for showing up. I know you don't have to, but again, this is helpful. All right. I will see you next week.